You've seen RCW before, but now, this is Dusk.
Welcome everyone to another episode of RCW Dusk here on this Friday night, morning, wherever you happen to be, whatever time it happens to be, where you are currently watching this right now. As we are here with our opening contest, as we have Älisa coming out here to challenge for Chris Jericho's BTV World Championship. Now the rules of these two titles, the Glam Championship and the BTV Championship, are as follows. They don't need to be defended at pay-per-views, but they need to be defended periodically, meaning that the holders have to defend every once in a while. Not every week, they don't have to do that, but as long as they defend it every once in a while, they are good. As Älisa here looking for his first title. Since joining the RCW roster, he is a member of the Outliers, the faction led by Bryan Outlaw, and we'll hear from him later tonight in regards to what had transpired last episode on RCW. You can watch that over on my YouTube channel. Enter the command YT in chat, or wait for the live bot here to send you the little link there, as we have Chris Jericho, the BTV World Champion, coming out here. Now, he had beaten Jason Moreno for that title. As now, Chris Jericho now is the BTV World Champion, despite Jason Moreno having Austin Lee, his buddy there, out there for some help, for some moral support. And I still don't really know about the nature of their relationship whatsoever. It's kind of been up in the air, really. But we'll see if Älisa can get his first title here. As we kick this off here, Chris Jericho and Älisa starting off with a couple of strikes here to the veteran in Jericho. Now taking Jericho to the corner here. Good decision here by Älisa. Trying to break down the veteran here. Kick right to the back of the hamstring there. Sends Jericho into a seated position in the bottom turnbuckle. When the eye poke there, referee's letting that go. A little bit of dirty tactics by Älisa there, the challenger. There's a backbreaker there to Jericho, now looking for the cover here. Get a kick out, and that's a kick out at 1. And Jericho is one of those men that is very, very dangerous. Once he gets going. Speaking of dangerous, referee holding him back. Älisa able to get in, dodging out of that chop. Now Jericho with a reversal as Älisa tried for the back suplex into a DDT there. Älisa firing back here with a couple of shots of his own to Jericho. Now Jericho trying to come back in this, but Älisa, the challenger, giving him a hard time here. Hurricane Rana taking down the veteran in Jericho. Now, we haven't seen much of Jericho since he gained the title. This is the first time we're seeing him in action since gaining the BTV World Championship. Now, Jericho is the guy. He is not your typical fighting champion, but he has quite the pedigree of 30 years, 3 decades of wrestling experience. Ortolanza can tell you, it's more than Ortolanza, it's longer than Ortolanza has ever been around. So, both men trying for something there, and both men crashing and burning there. There's a kick out there from Jericho. At 2. Jericho sweeping the leg of Ortolanza. Look at that moonsault, that old school Jericho. That's classic Jericho there. With that lion salt. And now that choke. Taking down Jericho, but Jericho with a kick right to the side of the face there. Now propping up Ortolanza here. DDT again. Now Jericho continuing to stomp on the arm, finding a target and going after it. Classic Jericho there. The veteranship of Jericho definitely giving him some type of advantage in this matchup here. A running neck breaker there. Right to Ortolanza now. Jericho being the smart one, dragging him away from the ropes here. No cover, but he's looking for the walls. He's got the walls cinched in. Now, if Ortolanza can get near that bottom rope, he's a couple inches away. He might be able to force the rope break, but not necessary as he gets out of it. The walls are being broken down like Jericho's old theme song. And the veteran Jericho still having to keep his title and still having to force the issue, but here's the Lion Tamer. A Lion Tamer submission on Ortolanza here to keep his title. Ortolanza in so much peril there, but Ortolanza gets out of that one as well. I'm just playing with Jericho now. Jericho act first into that turnbuckle. There it is. As now Ortolanza looking to come back in this here because, right now it's pretty much been mostly Jericho past few minutes. Alright, suplex. Beautiful suplex by Jericho. And look at that cover, the disrespectful cover on Ortolanza, and he wins it off of a suplex nonetheless. Jericho wins it nonchalant off of the suplex. It's probably the most basic victory I've ever seen. And I guess he just wore out Ortolanza from all those submissions. And Jericho sneaks a victory. And still is your BTV World Champ. But don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to hear from Bryan Outlaw in just a few moments. Don't go away.
They say that every great empire must fall. British, Ottoman, Rome, all have fallen. But look at this, Älisa. Look at what we've built. What he built without you. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, boss man. Well, belated. And thank you so much for believing in us and giving us the chance to tell your story in a way that you thought you'd never be able to. Now, Älisa, the Lord says, do not seek revenge, for I will avenge you. Do not give into temptation. But as I stand here, fighting that urge, I realize this, that forgiveness is beyond a rational and reasonable option. Some don't deserve forgiveness. But I realized that moving on is, for a year, I felt trapped. Not just by you, but by my own mind. My mind full of manipulation, full of deceitful words that you bestowed upon me, causing me to question my own sanity as I fell deeper into the abyss below with no way out. You spun your web, trapped anyone and everyone who fell upon it, sucking the life out of those who held you, cherished you, and made you feel like you were their world. Doing the devil's work, like the Black Widow you so desperately fought not to be. Being a ghost of the parents you never knew. Being exactly like them. Well, congratulations. You got what you wanted. But let me ask you this. Was it worth it? Was it worth destroying everything for your own greed? Injecting people with poison, preying on those who tried to help you, and then leaving them for dead. But this is where your wicked little game ends. Now, we've won. And I thought you were the one for me. But now, only one thing is for certain. Your wicked little game is done.
It seems that the game is now done between Älisa and the Outliers, as well as her former fiance Bryan, as we got a women's tag team action here coming at you, as we have the Savages, or at least two members of the Savages, Luna Outlaw and Starlight, making their way out here. Now, it was Starlight who had beat Älisa in the last episode of RCW this past Wednesday, thus opening the door for Sky Outlaw to cash in beautifully on Älisa and put the end to the demise. And it wasn't until Rockin' Eve that the plan had taken place. Luna Outlaw had basically planted the seed for it, you know, at Rockin' Eve when she faced Älisa for that in a no holds barred match. As Casey Catanzaro comes out here, mighty Casey, former American Ninja Warrior. She is one of the only professional wrestlers that I have seen that has had no professional wrestling background at all, but has adapted to it pretty nicely. As we have Valkyrie coming out here being her tag team partner. Now, Valkyrie and Luna, they've had their issues And now, those issues seem to be... I don't really know. I don't really know if they're still there or what the nature of it is, but nonetheless, Valkyrie's going to team with Kacy Catanzaro here. Take on two members of the Savages. We'll see how well Starlight and Luna work as a unit here in this matchup. As Kacy Catanzaro gets in a few shots and tags in Valkyrie. Now Valkyrie tagging in. Luna still down on the canvas here. Valkyrie and Luna have quite the history with one another. It was Luna Outlaw who put Valkyrie on the shelf for a little bit after that Hell in a Cell match that they had at South Beach Splash earlier on in the season. Now Valkyrie getting tossed into the corner there. Looking for this double team. Look at how beautiful this is right here. Look at that. Beautiful teamwork. Starlight tried to charge in and nobody was home there. Valkyrie. Nobody home with it. Kick there in the corner either. Now it was Starlight that lost to Valkyrie at RCW Rockin' Eve as a kick out at one. Looking to avenge that loss for her at least. You know, Luna thinks of Starlight very highly. You know, not that she doesn't see her other teammates. Rosemary is a great part of it too as well, and Kari as well, the Huntress. But you know, there's just something about Starlight that Luna has taken interest in. You know, maybe it's the non-traditional style of her character. You know, I have no idea. Like, we haven't really seen her like do a traditional promo in the ring. It's usually little vignettes here and there. Look at this double team here. Double back body drop there. Now Luna is stalking Valkyrie right now. Look at that, the knee strike into that clothesline. And again, she's going to go for it. Another knee and another clothesline. Kacy Catanzaro off of the apron there. After that enziguri from Luna. Making sure that Valkyrie cannot tag in there. Look at this beautiful combination. And tried for the kick and home. Valkyrie dropping Luna right on the knee. Right to the back of the head, and that's only going to get a kick out of one there. Now she's looking for that knee. That's what took out Starlight. The knee strike incoming here, but no, Luna tossing her to the side. Oh, looking for the 619. Here it comes, Valkyrie. With a Tiger Feint kick to 619. Shades of Rey Mysterio there. Trying to get this tag to Starlight as Luna doesn't even know where she is at this point. The deadlift German from Valkyrie. Kacy Catanzaro finds herself back in as the League of Women in the squared circle for Valkyrie's team. And now look at this. The lunar combo. On to Casey Catanzaro. Whip towards the apron there. Oh, Starlight helping out her partner. Causing a bit of damage there. Forcing the leg on the throat there, like almost like a variation of a leg drop there. Now these ladies looking to double team again. Look at that. The super kick, the double super kick. It's the first time I've really seen that is Casey Catanzaro up and down as Starlight looking to get the victory for her team here. Count of 2, and Valkyrie's right there to break that one up. Starlight taking out Valkyrie with the DDT. Now Starlight again going after Valkyrie. Getting her out of here. Oh, but now that gave time for Casey. The fire back. Oh my, what a code breaker right to the face. The spinning code breaker. And a kick out at 1. Casey Catanzaro going up. Look at that 630 senton. Beautifully done. 1. No. Again, Starlight. Only a 1 count. Now Starlight just trying to get this one over. Count of 2 here, and a kick out from Casey Catanzaro. Now that might have given Casey a second wind. It's Casey now. Has something charging up in the corner. Casey rolling over. Into that one. And there's Luna to save it. Now Luna finds herself in the corner. Incapacitated for the moment. It's a standing shooting star press. The Starlight and Valkyrie and Casey working well as a unit. As Luna gets down there. That shot off the turnbuckle, but Valkyrie paying a little too much attention to Luna though, but Starlight still on the outside here. Taunting Valkyrie. Valkyrie gets back in now, and there's Starlight. Starlight looking at drop. Valkyrie with that Uranagi. She's got to realize that Casey's right there. And as she's down and out. Now the cover. To win it for her team, and Valkyrie got the shoulder up and 2 just in time. A little bit of too much time there, not having Luna help get rid of Casey. Now Casey's back up on the apron here for Valkyrie. Valkyrie dragging her away from the ropes. Valkyrie now. Oh, dropping Starlight. And there's Luna as Luna was trying to get back to her corner. She came in just in time. Oh, but Valkyrie taking her out with the head scissor takedown. Valkyrie holding her own. Tagging in Casey. Looking for the DDT here. That one's offline. Tried for the kick. Dragon screw leg whip. Casey reversed it. A tag right back to Valkyrie. You gotta love these frequent tags. This team seems to be working a lot more than anticipated. Casey tried for the drop kick. And a suplex for Casey's troubles. As Valkyrie up on the top and Starlight right there to dump it. Now looking for this, looking to drop Valkyrie. Oh, but she turned it over into a DDT. Now looking for that knee. Bang! The knee strike. That's what took Starlight out the first time round. 1, 2. And there's Luna right there to save it. Starlight still up. Oh! Luna gets dropped again. Now Luna is incapacitated once again. Starlight's going to have to finish this on her own, looks like. Looking for that elbow drop offline there. And a headbutt viciously done on to Valkyrie. Now looking for that Uranagi again. Planted. One, two. Valkyrie still in it. Somehow Valkyrie is still in this one. And Casey Catanzaro still on the outside. DDT to Casey. That puts her out of commission for at least a little bit. Notice how Luna has barely been in this match. It's been Starlight having to do all of this by herself. Twisted Bliss. And Starlight kicks out at 2 again. As Starlight keeps fighting against the one-woman wrecking crew right now, she can't even get up after that. Back elbow. Planning Valkyrie. There's a shot to Casey. Drop kick sends Casey down. Now the tag's been made. Luna's back in. Now looking for the mandible claw right there. On to Valkyrie. But the rope break had saved her. Trying for it again, Valkyrie. Got out of it, Valkyrie. Went a little too far and tried to get a little too much. Ended up hurting herself. And there's that combo, the lunar combo there. Realizing Casey could easily get back up on the apron. Here's Luna taking out Casey on the outside. Now she's got to do this. She's got to line this up perfectly. While Casey is out of it as she's trying to go for the rebirth. Here it is. Kiss on the forehead. There it is, the rebirth. Dumping Valkyrie. For the win for her team. And they got it. Casey wasn't there in time. As the Savages win it Luna ultimately getting the pin, but Starlight holding her own. And if that doesn't prove that Starlight deserves to be on this team, I don't know what does. It's Luna and Starlight of the Savages get this victory. But don't go anywhere, folks. We still have more coming at you in just a few moments.
Some want to grab the brass ring. Some want to be elite. Some claim to be the revolution, gathering followers on every corner of every street. Me? Us? We are beyond that. For it is not the now that you're fighting for. It is for the legacy that you'll leave behind. What comes after this life? We don't know. None of us do. But there's one thing we do know. We are not about the then, the now, and the forever. Because we are not just forever. We are eternal.
That's right, folks. We have RCW Eternal coming at you guys next season. It's season 14 in RCW's new home of Texas. So, we have a Glam Championship matchup here coming at you guys. We have Mercy Phantom coming out here. And we'll see if she'll fall victim to our Glam Champion, Tanaka Umiko. Nobody has been able to stop Tanaka Umiko. She has been unstoppable and undeniable. Getting rid of all of her challengers in very quick fashion. Let's see if that ends the same way for Mercy. For her sake, she doesn't want it to end that way. Mercy being a former women's champion in her own right, but there's only been 2 Glam champions. The first ever being Sky, and obviously Tanaka Umiko. So, we'll see. Just how Mercy fares here. Look at this, Glam Championship. Mercy Phantom, the challenger. This is her first title opportunity since returning at RCW Double Down in Las Vegas. There you go, you got Tanaka Umiko. She does not look like she's letting go of that title anytime soon. Successfully defending it at RCW Rockin' Eve. Going into the new year as our Glam champion. And she is just, like I've said, been unstoppable. As the referee lifts up our title. Here we go. For the Glam Championship, it is underway. Normal rules here. We have a triple threat main event coming your way next. Kenny Omega versus Karrion Kross and the Blessed Warrior, Jay Jin. It's now Tanaka Umiko going up top, looking for that elbow drop and landing it flush. Looking for the cover here to retain her title, and only a count of 2 there early on. Mercy for that kick, but that didn't seem to affect Tanaka at all. Roll through into a power bomb there. Beautifully done from Tanaka. Now Tanaka might be in trouble here depending on how much heart Mercy's got. This back and forth here between these two ladies, all for the Glam Championship as Mercy lands that moonsault. And now Mercy going right after the arm with that knee drop. Now planning. Tanaka and Miko. Mercy now looking for merciful. There's that spine buster. Cover here on the champ to win the championship and a kick out of 2. Now Mercy looking for no mercy here. She's got it hooked up. Nope. Inverted DDT as Tanaka was able to get out of it. Now looking for that hip attack. Dodged that one. Looking for no mercy again. And again. Tanaka's there for it. Now looking for the Asuka lock here. This is what won her the championship in the first place. She's tapped so many women out with this and has been absolutely unstoppable with it, but Mercy gets out of that one. Tanaka with a couple of elbows to the midsection. And the blue thunder bomb beautifully executed from the champion. Trying to wear down Mercy as much as possible. Couple of stomps to the hand. Good thing she's wearing those gloves, but that still hurts otherwise. Hit the ropes looking for that knee drop. There it is, beautifully connected there from the champion. Now she's got her up. Oh, down she goes with that brain buster. Hook of the leg here to win the title and a kick out. Or to retain it, excuse me. Tanaka already being the champion there is. Now she's looking to end this one with a one final knee strike from the corner. That huge knee in the corner. No, the drop toe hold as Mercy got out of the way. Now Mercy merciful again. Onto the champion, looking for no mercy. This time she's got it. There it is, no mercy. 1, 2 to win the title, and Mercy almost had it. Mercy almost ended the dominant win streak from our champion, Tanaka Omiko. Looked like she was going to go for something on the apron there, but decided against it. Standing shooting star press offline. As again, Tanaka went for that hip attack. Mercy dodged out of it. No mercy again. And she won the title. Mercy's the champion. Mercy's the champion again. Mercy's the champion. She is champion once again here at RCW as Mercy ends the dominant streak of Tanaka. Tanaka Umiko couldn't land that hip attack, in which she has done so well for the past couple of title defenses. But Mercy now can call herself the brand new Glam Champion. But don't go anywhere, folks. We have a main event so big that's coming at you right now. Next, Kenny Omega, Jay Jin, and Karrion Kross in just a few moments. Alright, folks, we are now at your main event as we have Kenny Omega coming out here first. Now he returned at the RCW Double Down pay-per-view in Las Vegas. Almost said Los Angeles there. Got to get my losses right. He returned in the Ace in the Hole match for the men. Didn't come out with a briefcase. That was Drew McIntyre, who is now our world champion. And we have yet to have an unsuccessful cash-in here in the history of RCW. We haven't had any of that. As Kenny Omega gets ready here to face his two competitors, and here's the first one in Karrion Kross. Now this man is one bad man, Karrion Kross. You know, we've seen him rival with the likes of Chris Danger, Jon Moxley. Some of the most notable rivals here for Karrion in RCW. Karrion Kross had made his appearance at RCW Vengeance and put Danger on the shelf for quite some time with a concussion. And it was all part of Bryan's plan, as Karrion Kross being a member of the Outliers. We all shall see what's going to happen here, as we have the last competitor here is Jin, the Blessed Warrior. Now Jin came within a sliver of winning that World Championship from Finn Balor, but unfortunately, he could not. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't have his mind in the right place. He said that that's behind him. Wrestling is more than just about winning titles. It's about creating a legacy, making people feel something. And that's exactly what Jin has been doing since he debuted here in RCW. So we have a triple threat match. One fall to a finish, folks. Jin, Kenny Omega, and Karrion Kross. Jin and Kenny Omega have already faced off against each other once before. And I believe it was RCW Reclaim that they faced off against each other. It's now Kenny getting out of dodge there. None of these men have to be involved in the pinfall. Of the other. Kenny could easily lose this match if he's not careful. Any of these men can. Is Karrion Kross. Starting off pretty good here. Irish whip into the corner. Kenny down and out. Thanks to Jin. At least for the time being now, Kenny. Getting up. And now Kenny landed in a couple. And Karrion Kross was too busy taunting. Kenny takes over as Jin takes a little bit of a breather. Double axe handle right to the chest of Karrion. Now Jin going after his bitter rival in Kenny Omega. But Karrion Kross had other plans. Karrion Kross dumping Kenny. Now Kenny's out of commission for the time being as Jay Jin went right head first into that chair. Now Karrion cross-legged to take advantage of it with a kick out of 2 from Jay Jin there. Now looking for it and set the armbar. Is Kenny recollecting himself here? Jay Jin getting out of that submission. Now Jay Jin and Kenny going back at each other just like old times. Both men in the corner. Karrion Kross using both men against each other as like battering rams. And now Karrion's taken over. As Kenny dumps Karrion. Jay Jin in the corner there, he saw Kenny coming. As Kenny got dumped by Jay Jin. Kenny has been a big target by both of these guys. Jawbreaker to Karrion and a knee right to the midsection of Karrion and a knee right to the midsection of Kenny. Jay Jin firing all the strikes that he can on his opponents throughout this matchup. And a huge clothesline by Kross. The fall has to happen on the inside of the ring. As Karrion and Jay Jin both get back on the inside of the ring there. There's Karrion again. With a big offense here on Jay Jin. Dragging him away from the ropes. Very smart there. Cover. And there's Kenny right there to put a stop to that. The knee. Oh, dropping. Karrion Kross, but Kross still stirring. And now Kenny. Look at the drop, Jay Jin. Powerbomb into a pin here. And just a 1 count as Karrion was right there to break that up. And he gets dumped onto the outside. Now it's Jay Jin and Karrion. Once again, it's been those two throughout this matchup. A little bit of a rope break. We still have rope breaks here in triple threat matches. Ring awareness. Ring awareness matters, and speaking of awareness, there's Kenny with a chair right on Kross. But Kross firing back with a couple of shots here. Kick to the midsection from Kenny. Another chop from Kenny. Samoa drop beautifully connected. And Jay Jin was a little bit too focused on the crowd there. Dropped! I think he got the chair. Now it's Karrion again. Karrion's in trouble. Dropped by Kenny. And now it's Jay Jin and Kenny again. It's Kenny looking for a snapdragon. No, Jay Jin caught that one. And now Jay Jin looking for the armbar. He's got it. Locked in with the leg bar as well. Karrion Kross can't do anything about this. He's out. He's incapacitated for the moment. Still on the outside, barely moving. And Kenny able to get out of that one. Kenny tried for the elbow. There's Karrion Kross coming back in. And Jay Jin gets dropped by Kenny. And then Alt looking for the one-winged angel, but no. Kross. Uh-oh. Kross got suckered into it. The one-winged angel. But Jay Jin was right there. And now Jay Jin dropping Kenny with a reverse power slam. And now it's him and Kross once again. Oh, he's looking for a Akari here, but Kross reversed it. Kross looking for the pin here on Jay Jin. Count of 2. Almost got it. As Kenny starts to stir now. Looking for the cross jacket. Cross jacket on Jay Jin. Kenny was trying to get there, but Kross tamped out Jay Jin. Perfect timing as Kross was able to get the victory over Jay Jin. This man was just right place, right time. Locked in the cross jacket, and it was all she wrote after that. Karrion Kross telling Kenny Omega and Jay Jin to fall and pray as he gets the victory here in our main event.